time for draft 3 of book 3. Hi, I'm Christine and it's March 1st and I have till April 9th to finish draft 3 of my 3rd book. I can't wait to tell you more about it, but right now we're still calling it 3rd book. This round of edits is going to be using track changes, whereas last round I had like copied and pasted sections into a new document and like edited from there because we were trying to cut a good 17,000 words. Now it's time to use track changes. I've spent all of February working on the beginning of book 4. I am 11,000 words into that. That includes my slush pile at the bottom. But still, we're making progress. I'm trying to write up to like the Act 2 break, and I have long Act 1s, so I don't think I'm close to the Act 2 break yet. I'm gonna try to balance working on draft 3 of book 3 and getting to the Act 2 break of book 4 throughout the month of March. Can I do it? History says no! I've had a lot of trouble switching between 2 projects, but I'm gonna try to give it another go this month. I'm hoping like maybe I've developed the ability to do it. We will see. Back to book 3. We are at 115,000 words in book 3 right now, and I need to get to 110 in this draft. We must get there! I'm going to try to shorten the Darkest Night of the Soul section. We'll see how that goes. With Again But Better, I remember this being my goal for one of the later drafts, and I got to 111K. I was so close, but 111K worked for that book. That's the mission. This draft is mission, cut 5,000 words while keeping everything that I really love in the book. I have cut a bunch of my darlings already. Is that what it's called? Kill your darlings. I've killed a bunch of my darlings to get to 115. It's been a good month and 15 days since I've been in the draft. It's time to start. Let's do this.
75 years later.
It's time we had a chat. It is March 25th. Holy fuck. All of this time, I've been working on book 4. I said I was gonna switch, but then I started really moving on book 4 and it was just rolling out of me. And you can't stop when you're on that roll. Because I needed to get to Act 2 to finish the first act. That's how it works. You have to like get to Act 2 to be finished with Act 1. I've been doing that until today. My deadline was last Friday, and then last Saturday, last Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. I just kept having to push it because the book just kept getting longer. Because you know that's what happens when I write anything, okay? When I first talked to my agent about this, and she was like, oh yeah, like the first 50 pages until you get to this part. And inside I knew it wasn't gonna be 50 pages. You want to take a guess how many pages until I got to that part? 134. I'm page 134. And I'm at 37,900 words. And I feel like I wrote the majority of this in the last like week. I'm so excited about it. I'm having so much fun. But I have now 2 weeks, which is what I thought I was gonna have, to do the next draft of book 3, and the paperback of my 2nd book, Better Together, is coming out April 11th. So April 9th is the day I'm supposed to finish my 3rd draft of my 3rd book. My author copies just came in. This is gorgeous. I love this cover so much. It has an extra bonus chapter that I had so much fun writing during the midst of writing book 3, if you remember. It's wild. I love that the inside of it has a thing that's like, listen to Christine Riccio's Again But Better, read by audio award-winning Brittany Presley. This is the most amount of things that I've written I've ever been holding on to at once that you guys don't know about at all. Never have I ever done so much work over a period of time that hasn't been released at all. I still haven't gotten to tell you about 2nd project that I finished up at the beginning of, at the end, in May of last year. No, July. Oh my fucking, June? One of those months is when I finished up 2nd project last year. Haven't gotten to tell you about that. Still in the zeitgeist, okay? Then we have book 3. Obviously, I've been talking kind of about it this whole time, but you don't know anything about it yet, and you won't be able to read it till next year. And then book 4, I'm now 40,000 words into it. I'm so fucking excited about it. I've been up every single night this past week till like 3 a.m. and writing just all day. Felt amazing because it was coming out, and I love the concept, and I'm really excited about developing the characters more. Look at her. Look at this. It's my favorite aesthetic, blue and gold. I just can't get over how good this feels in paperback. So much better. Oh. It's 2:30 a.m. but at 2 a.m. on the dot, I sent my agent the first draft of Act 1 of book 4, and I just took a shower. And I'm gonna finally change the sheets on my bed, something I've been wanting to do all week, but I've been sitting on the bed as soon as I get upstairs and then writing for a straight million hours, looking up and then it's being like 2 a.m. The second I handed it in, of course, I was questioning everything I wrote, and I'm like, oh my god, everything is shitty as shit. I sent it to Kat too, and this is part of the process. We know that draft 1 is draft 1, but it doesn't matter. The urge for it to be perfect is still there, but that's why it's a first draft, so it can not be perfect. Welcome to March 27th. I haven't washed my hair in like 15 days. I'm writing like a troll, and every night it's 3 a.m. and I'm like, I don't have time to wash my hair. I literally washed it the night before I was supposed to go to Taylor Swift in Arizona and had to cancel my whole trip because I was so sick. I was disgusting. I would for sure end up getting my friend sick. It was just a cold. But I've come to be really annoyed when people are like, it's just a cold. Like, colds fucking suck, especially for people like me who get it all in their chest, and sometimes it develops into bronchitis, or it fucks up my vocal cords to the point where I can't do my job for 2 weeks. Like, I have to take off even longer than the healing of just like getting sick. I'm still hacking up disgusting nonsense. It's been 16 days, so I don't ever want to get just a cold, and I don't want people to come to my shit and be like, oh, I just have a cold. You're gonna get everyone sick. So when it developed into this disgusting cold the day before I was supposed to go to Taylor Swift, I was like, I cannot. I pushed my flight a day to make sure that it wasn't like a fluke, and then it was even worse the next day to sell my Taylor Swift tickets. It was shitty. That's the last time I washed my hair, the day I sold those tickets. Okay, it's been 10 days, not 15. But since I'm like not going anywhere right now and I'm just in troll mode, it's like, what is my motivation to wash my hair? Like, I hate washing my hair. I was writing book 4 all that time. I sent it to my agent and she is asking for me to put together a short blurb or a couple lines for book description. And we know how much I hate book descriptions in general, but I'm like trying to, like, what is it about? Like, what? Because I don't have the end yet. I just know like what's kind of gonna happen. It's a story about a woman trying to find love, and there are obstacles and funny shit. It's an adult rom-com. Last night I started at 115,624 words. My chapters are labeled by what day it is. Day 1, day 10. These days have a big effect on where the character is mentally. I really like that, but one of my friends, when she read it, she was like, I was confused when it was like day 3 and then the next chapter was also day 3, and was like, it was just still day 3 and a new chapter started. But I guess it was jarring to her brain, and it's jarring to my brain not to have like accurate chapter numbers, because I won't be able to say like go to chapter 7 and have it be like day 7, you know, because sometimes days take more than one chapter. There's also a title next to it, but still, you can't like numerically find something by like the name of a title. What is my point here? Anyway, today I'm at 115,604 words, so I've cut 20 words since last night. Yeah, I've got a long 2 weeks ahead of me. I'm adding words by changing the way the chapters are arranged, because now I have to add like a chapter number and rearrange like the day this. All right, folks, we're making progress. I've gotten to page 61. I'm rolling, I'm in it. I'm past the initial like 3 chapters that I've written 5,000 million times. Not that I haven't rewritten this one a million times, but like, we're rolling. I'm in it. Not past Act 1 yet, but like practically. It's 7:09, so it's about time I made dinner, but we're at 115,597 words. I'm down about 27 words. You know what? At least it's going down, okay? We're going down, baby. No street in the room, baby. I'm gonna make some pasta and a burger because those are the things I have today. All of my pans were dirty, so I was like, I can't make dinner until I like run the dishwasher, because the dishwasher was absolutely full. I don't know why I didn't run it yesterday. So I waited a whole hour just to get a clean pan instead of just washing the fucking pan. Like, what an idiot. I didn't even think of that. I was just like, oh, it's in the dishwasher. Ow, 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 it's so hot. It's burning. It gets hot in that dryer. It gets hot in that refrigerator. It gets hot in that. What is You know what's annoying? So like I just wrote book 3, you know, like I just finished it and I went right into book 4 and I'm just seeing like all these annoying things that I just did that I'm just like doing again in terms of like the words I'm using. I'm just like, Christine, you're being repetitive. I wish it was easy. And of course it's a first draft and I'm gonna fucking fix that. It's gonna be fine, but right now I'm like irritated. You know, when you read 2 different books from the same author that were written at the same time, sometimes like you see key phrases repeated and it kind of sticks out to you, unless you're not like that. I see them and they stick in my head. I'm like, oh, she really likes this phrase, she keeps using it. And I'm like, oh my god, I really like this phrase, I want to get the fuck out of here, get it out. This just in, I've added words and I'm now at 115632 from writing 4 lines. Okay, that's how little I've got today. I wrote 4 lines in to clarify something that one of my friends was like, what even is that? I don't get that. And so earlier on I have to plant what it is so that it's funny. And 4 lines have taken me above what I started at today. I can't even believe it. I'm on page 71, so I've only gone 10 pages since we've last talked. It's a lot of like, this one sentence, does it work? Did I write it the best that it could be? Should I delete it and rewrite 2 words over and over again? Like that's what's making this take a while. Yeah, I like the new joke I added. In other breaking news, Bellamy has now made his way to my bed. He doesn't want to be on camera. He's too tired. It was really cold the other night, so I let him on for the first time. And now he's like, Mom, time to bring me up. It's March 29th, I want to say. It's Wednesday. I still haven't washed my hair. We're currently at 115,318 words. I got to a chapter that I didn't love as much. I stared at it for like an hour. And I finally settled on shortening it. And I think I like it better now, but I'm gonna have to go back through that. So I've made progress. Not much cutting progress, but like a couple hundred words is better than none words. And I talked to Kat about what to cut. And I talked to, basically that's it. I talked to Kat about some sections I was thinking about cutting, and Kat's like, well, I like this section, I like this section. I'm like, ah. I had like a really long emotional think yesterday on Bellamy's last walk. I was like listening to my sad girl music and kind of like really in my feelings about like what I'm gonna do here. And I sent it to another beta reader today, and I'm really hoping that she can read it in a short period of time and get back to me with some feedback. I'm hoping to break 115,000 today. It'd be great to get into the 114K range. Right, I've been working on the fire scene. The actual fire scene part of the fire scene is perfect and I don't want to touch it. But there's like, it goes, if I'm gonna call it like the fire scene extension, goes on for another 2 chapters, and I'm trying to condense that section a little bit, and I've deleted maybe like 200 words, I think. We're down to 115,126 words. I would have deleted more, but then I realized that some parts of it were underwritten. And when I say some parts, I mean one scene was a little underwritten, and I needed it to be better. Because I know I was probably trying to get past that and on to the next section because I stayed so long on fire section. But when I was rereading it, I was like, no, you need a few more descriptors here. You need a little bit more detail. Ah, I just saw a Taylor Swift spoiler. Trying to avoid spoilers at all costs for the Eras tour. And someone just texted me and it was like, Taylor's concert, blah, blah, blah. I was like, ah. My editor had commented on the extension part of the fire scene saying that like, this is cute, but I think it can be condensed a little bit. Yes, she's probably right as I reread it, and some of it I was like, yeah. But at the same time, like, don't want to condense it too much. And some of it needed to be expanded. So I'm getting ready to go for a walk with Bellamy. I definitely want to reread this part because just for pacing, I worked on this so long to get the pacing for fire scene like perfection. And then after it always did feel like I could probably make it a little shorter. Now I've altered it a little bit and I need to make sure it works. I'm using track changes, so that whole part is like in blue. So I'll know that I rewrote a bunch there and I can remember to go back to it. I'm getting into the middle of the book and I love the middle. Not that I don't love the beginning, but I've written the beginning 1,000 times. I keep saying that I'm not exaggerating when I say 1,000 times. I mean, I am, though. But like, am I really? Because I have written it 1,000 times. I have been listening to the Daisy Jones and the Six Aurora record. Bellamy jumped on my bed for the first time today. I let him sleep on the bed for 3 days, and then today he thinks he owns the bed. I know I brought this upon myself. But now I'm gonna have to get steps for my bed because this is too high. Because that was a big jump. I don't want him to hurt himself. How did we get here? Where do we go now? It's raining again in LA. 10:30 p.m. on Wednesday, March 29th. This is the most rainy rain season we've ever had. It's rained like a million times. Hello. I've worn this sweatshirt a million times. And it's cold, so I have my hood up. As per my usual pattern, I've gotten choked up on the fire seat. I know I mentioned that I was gonna leave it and go back, but you know how I never leave it. I just go back until I'm happy. And so I've gone back and I'm trudging through it again because I knew that the changes I made, I probably wouldn't be 100% happy with because I never am. I'm happy with them for a second, I come back, I need to do like 2 run-throughs before I'm like, okay, it's working again. So I'm doing that, but I started to get like eyes glazed over because it's the fire scene again. I'm just nitpicking every little thing because this is the time. I needed to take a break and I started thinking about my 4th book and like just thinking like, wow, I wonder how first drafty it is. Like, oh God, how much of a mess is that? How much of a mess is that? And I've been thinking about the book a lot in general because I'm at like the 40,000 word mark. I haven't finished it. So my brain is still like projecting what comes next, what will happen here, and like maybe this character needs this, and maybe this character could use this, that sort of thing. I went back, I opened up the PDF of it, and I started reading. And I was like, oh my God, this is so funny. I'm having the best time reading this. Oh, why was I worried at all that it was like too much of a mess to let people read? And then I got to like page 26, and I was like, oh no. This is a mess. Like this part, I just recently rewrote. We know that's why it's a mess because Christine didn't get to go over it like 4 times before it got sent. I think I didn't go over this maybe at all. I think I freshly wrote this dialogue, and while it will be good, right now, it's like there's typos and there's like sentences that I kind of deleted, and sometimes there's like the end of that sentence is still there. It needs to be cleaned up. All right, we were rocking and rolling for 25 pages because clearly I went over the first 25 pages 100 times. And now I'm like, I'm afraid to read the next 100. There's 132 pages. I can't read that right now. I was just doing this for shits and giggles. I love it. I'm excited. I love book 4. I also love book 3. I'm really excited. But right now I'm gonna take a break and watch some Ted Lasso. My brain needs like a reset. I'm gonna do some yoga because my body needs to move. That is all. I'm down to 114,930 words. So I've officially dropped below the 115K mark. And that was my goal for the day, so I fucking hit it. I've made it through the fire scene. I'm moving on to chapter 16. We gotta inch our way down to 110. We're below 115. That's a great landmark. Now, we've got 930 more words till our next landmark. Once you slip under 114, we're at 130. That's so close to 111, which is so close to 110. I'm down to 114,701 words. In my tiredness, I've gotten caught in a Love is Blind book. I told myself I wasn't gonna watch season 4 of Love is Blind until after I handed this in on April 10th. I knew that was kind of a lot. I just wanted to like prolong it as long as possible until I needed it. And then I watched it for the last like 3.5 hours. Tomorrow we have a fangirl bonding session with the Patreon. The next day is the last Booksplosion live show for a book of ever. Because Booksplosion is coming to an end at the end of the year, an official end after 10 years. Because we all got a lot of other stuff going on. As much as we've loved doing Booksplosion, it's become really hard to put the effort we want to into it. And it's been a really great run. It's such an amazing, impactful era of my life. And it's really sad to be saying goodbye. We're gonna spend the whole year saying goodbye. We're gonna have live shows throughout the year that just aren't centering around one book that we've read that month. They're gonna be like talking about like the different years of Booksplosion and different aspects of working together, and it's gonna be fun. I've been working on this one sentence for like the last 2 hours, and when I say the last 2 hours, I mean I keep coming back and forth to it because I'm too tired to reword it correctly. Ugh. bother me how many sentences start with the word I, but it's kind of inevitable when you're writing in the first person. But it's been getting on my nerves. Like, I almost want to open up another book and make sure everyone else starts their sentences with I. I'm like losing it a little bit. It is April 4th, and huge news! I have dipped under 14,000 words. I'm now at 113,959 words. We're another 1,000 words down. We've got 6 days left, 3,959 words. That is so much more doable. Like, we have to take this in small chunks, yo. I had a new wonderful beta reader read the book, and I got a lot of great feedback over there that's helping me work on this. And then I've been talking to Kat a bunch and Katie and conferring with all the notes. And I just sent you another reader, so I'm getting some more feedback to help me craft this in the most efficient way possible. Once I fell into that Love is Blind hole, I thought I had it under control, but like I didn't. I just fell in until I finished that on Sunday. I feel like I got very little done, even though I thought that it was doing a lot. I just edited one of my favorite chapters. I didn't need much editing because I love it already. And I'm just like crying, like on the edge of my seat reading it, which, good sign for me, good sign for me. I'm at 113,284 words. I am close to breaking into the 112 range, y'all. And I'm on page 345 of 526. So I have a renewed sense of faith in myself. It's gonna happen. I've been thinking about my book 3 playlist. There's a perfect song for this chapter that I listened on repeat like 3 times, and I was like, this song's so perfect for this chapter that I just want to like repeat it 3 times so you can get through the whole chapter just listening to this song over and over again. Maybe I can find another song so you don't have to have the same one 3 times, but I don't know. It's pretty perfect. Like, I have a book 3 playlist, but I don't put it together in order until I have the book in front of me, so I can like page it out in terms of like each page takes about a minute to read, so that I can like mark out the time on the playlist so I know exactly where you'll be on it approximately if you're reading along with the playlist. The playlist is important to me, y'all. If you don't know, I have one for Better Together and I have one for Again But Better. Woo! I cut a lot from a certain chapter that didn't need the second half of it. I got this idea from my beta reader and my agent, so like if 2 people are agreeing on an idea, there's obviously validity to it. And then I reread it and I was like, yeah, they're right. So I had cut that half of the chapter to just like a paragraph, I think. And I texted Katie about it to see if she thought the same thing. Onward and upward, man. I'm excited.
She's excited. There's only 5 days left till her Draft 3 Book 3 deadline. Will she hit the word count goal of 110,000 words? Place your bets, ladies and gentlemen. What will the final word count for Book 3 be? Find out next time on the trials and tribulations of writing a book with Christine May. Also, the Better Together paperback is out now in bookstores and online, so if you haven't checked that out yet, the link is in my description. I'd really appreciate your support there. I hope your writing projects are going super well, and I have a ton of footage from this draft, so stay tuned. We'll see you next week. Bye!